Hey guys, and welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. My name is AJ Styles 157, and we're playing Katawa Shoujo. Yep, last time we were just going how. Last time we were. Oh yeah, last time we were getting out the hospital because Hasao had a heart attack. So he has to go to this school for the disabled. But you know, it could look up. So let's get started. In fact, gates in general seem to do that, but this one especially so. Red bricks, black wrought iron, and gray plaster assembled into a whole that didn't feel welcoming at all. Also, I wondered if it looked like what a gate for a school should look like. We couldn't really decide. Probably no. Of course I didn't want to get stuck on thinking about the gate for too long, so I entered through it with a brisk pace that felt surprisingly good. Moving forward feels good. Oh, look at this school. Oh yeah, and I don't care if I mess up anymore. There's no way I could do that grammar count again. No, it just took too long. Not like y'all cared anyway though. Y'all don't care. No. So I walked towards the main building of Yamaku Academy with this brisk pace. I'm alone as my parents are taking my stuff to the dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. It doesn't feel like the kind of grounds a school would have, more like a park, with a clean walkway going past trees and the smell of fresh cut grass and all other park-like things. Words like clean and hygienic pop into my mind. It makes me shudder. Why? It's awesome. I shake them off. Stay open-minded now. It's your new life. You have to take it as it comes. That's what I tell myself. A few big buildings loom behind the leafy canopy. Too big and too many for just a school. Everything seems off. It's different from what I thought I knew about school. It's an uncanny valley. Even though I was told this is my new school in the back of my head, it doesn't feel like one. I wonder if the feeling is real or caused by my expectations of a school for the disabled. Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. It's kind of eerie. They're all dead. It makes me wish there was somebody here so I could anchor myself to something tangible instead of having this feeling that I stepped into another dimension. Probably did. Freaking the Twilight Zone. The trees hum with the wind, and the green who's flashing all around me catch my attention. And it could be a poet. It makes me think about hospitals again. How they say that the operating rooms are painting green because green is a common color. So why am I feeling so anxious despite all this greenery? Because you're freaking nervous. That's. Only after I stand in front of the haunty main building, I surprised myself by realizing why the gate bothered me. It was the last chance I had to turn back. Even if I had no life I could return to. But still, after entering, there was absolutely no way I could go back anymore. Feeling nervous, and with this realization set in my head, I opened the front door. Look at this hallway. A tall man with a bad posture notices me as I entered. We're the only people in the lobby, so it's only logical. So this is where my acting and different voices come in. You must be Nicky. Nakai. So you are. Excellent. I'm your homeroom and science teacher. My name is Mutao. Mutao. Welcome. We exchange a handshake that is neither firm nor sloppy. He looks at his watch. The head nurse asked you for a brief check-in visit, but there's no time for that now. Oh, should I go later? Yes, afternoon is probably fine. We should get going and introduce you to the rest of the class. They're waiting already. Waiting for me? I don't really like being the center of attention, but I guess it's inevitable in a situation like this. Somehow, not knowing what is waiting for me makes me feel really nervous. Thinking of this, I almost missed what the teacher is saying. Do you want to introduce yourself to the class? Well, this is our first choice. Just in case this really affects my thing, I'm gonna save. Alright, done saving. And, I guess. Oh, why? Yeah, of course. Like, if you're starting a new life, yeah. Yeah, sure. I mean, isn't that normal? Of course, but not everyone likes to be at the center of attention. I'm probably one of those people, but I guess I should be the one to give the first impression of myself. Right. But it's no problem. Let's go then. I'm gonna be like changing his voice throughout. My heart is pounding in my chest, and it keeps me thinking about my condition as I follow the teacher up the stairs. Don't think about that. The third door down the third floor corridor is marked as the class for class 3-3. Mutao opens the door and enters. Ah! That painting. Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late again. Again? I hesitate for a split second at the door, freezing on the spot. Ah, get a grip. This is a big step, I know that, but there isn't any point to worrying so much about it, at least not this soon. Well, here's the classroom. I follow the teacher into the classroom and look around. Whatever, so I won't have to meet the curious gazes of my students. Some of them don't even look like they have something the matter with them. It's pretty spacious. The ceiling is unusually high, and there's a lot of space left over around and in between the desks. Just in case people. I noticed you with the girl with her hand. An entire wall taken up by a blackboard, and the high old-fashioned windows only make it seem larger. He has a cane. He has no ear. Whatever, let me shut up. The students' desks are just standard wooden desks with a shelf underneath for books and wooden chairs with metal frames, simple and efficient. I stop walking in front of the class and face the other students. They all look normal, like students in any other school, but then, why would they be here? They're probably like me, and I have something wrong with them. Only it's just not immediately obvious. Then I noticed that one of the girls seemed to be missing the thumb of her right hand. It's a little jarring. That's kind of creepy. That guy sleeping in the back, he always gets me. I don't understand. That girl makes me sad. She's like lost her legs and arm. I don't know. Despite the natural tendency to listen when someone's talking about you, I tune out the teacher's speech halfway through while he introduces me to the class. I notice a flash of dark hair and see that someone is looking at me. The girl with a really long straight hair that is pretty eye-catching. As she sees me looking back at her, she covers her face with her hand as if it will make her invisible. There's one boy with a cane leaning against the lockers at the rear of the class. It's weird seeing someone so young with a cane. Yeah, I already pointed him out. Another girl seems to be making some weird hand motion sign language. She peers at me over the rim of her glasses, then goes back to whatever she's doing. She's right there, my mouse. She's kind of cute. So is the cheery looking girl with the pink hair sitting next to her. She's really hard to miss. I don't know how I didn't notice her the moment I walked in. Please, welcome our newest classmate. He claps his hands So, and so does everyone except one girl in the first row who has only one arm. I cringe a little, but hide it by bowing in thanks for this applause. I did not deserve. A collection of silence tells me that I should open my mouth now. So, I'm Hasao Nakai. Nakai. So, I'm Hasao Nakai. There you go. And after that, my hobbies are reading and soccer. I hope to get along well with everyone even though I'm a new student. And after that, being so boring, this is exactly like every self-introduction ever. I should say something more exciting. I end up saying nothing, and the teacher picks up from there. Everyone seems to be satisfied even with what little I said, though a few girls are whispering to each other, throwing glances at me. It could have gone worse. Oh, you got some little girls? ... I listen to the teacher as he drones about getting along while letting my gaze sweep across the classroom. Everyone seems to be listening to him intently, and when he's done, they clap their hands again, which feels like a weird thing to do. The first row girl claps on this round with her one hand against her wrist that ends in a bandaged stump. It makes me feel a little bad. We're going to be doing some group work today, so that'll give you a chance to talk with everyone. Is that okay with you? Yeah, it's fine with me. That's good. You can work with Hakamichi. She is the class representative. She can explain anything you might want to know. And who else would be able to do that better right? How could I know? The teacher passes out the day's assignment and announces that we will be working in groups of 3. It hits me that I don't know who Hakamichi is. Slow. The teacher seems to catch my helpless expression. He didn't even tell you. Oh, right. Hakamichi is right there. Shizune Hakamichi. Or Mishi. I'll just say Mishi. As he calls out her name, the cute, bubbly-looking girl with bright pink hair and gold eyes waves her hand at me. I take a seat next to her by the window. Hey, I guess you're Hakamichi, right? It's nice to meet you. What? I'm caught off guard by her laughter. It's nice to meet you too, but I'm not Hakamichi. I'm Misha. This is Hakamichi. She-chan. The death girl, giggling, Mishan points to the girl next to her, the one I saw using sign language before. Looks like she has been staring at me this whole time. She nods once nonchalantly, shows that she acknowledged my presence, but barely. Only barely. She has short yet carefully, neatly brushed hair, a pair of oval-shaped glasses balanced on the tip of her dainty little nose right there, and dark blue eyes that seem to alternate every few seconds between analytical and slightly bored. It's nice to meet you. Ellipses. Sign language. She immediately looks at Misha, who smiles and makes a few quick gestures with her hands. Hakamichi nods and I'm gonna call her Hakamichi, and makes a few gestures of her own. I start to wonder if the teacher was messing with me, saying that things like, you'll be able to talk to people, and who better to explain things to you? I can see you're a little confused, right? But I understand why you would think I was Shi-chan. Shi-chan is dead, so I'm the person who translates things back and forth for her. I'm like an interpreter. She says it's nice to meet you too. Oh, this girl voice. Ellipses. You're the new student, aren't you? Well, Shi-chan, of course, he is. If he wasn't, he would have been standing up there for no reason, right?
It seems like a very interesting person, doesn't he? We knew there was going to be a new student, but we didn't know you would be here today so soon. He-chan, right?
He-chan? Ik-chan? He-chan?
Yep, it fits, doesn't it?
Did I say it out loud? It's just a surprise. I never liked that nickname. I don't really see how.
It fits. You look just like I imagined.
It's kind of creepy. Ellipses.
Haha, yeah, you look just like a He-chan.
I wonder why everyone seems to think so. Ellipses. Hakamichi taps her fingers on the desk to get Misha's attention. They gesture back and forth to each other excitedly, their hands a blur. Misha seems a little overwhelmed.
Sorry about that. She-chan wants you to know that she's the class rep, so if there is anything you need to know, you can feel free to ask her.
Ellipses.
What do you think of the school so far? We can show you around a little if you haven't had the time to walk and around and familiarize yourself with it.
Good. Misha stumbles with the harder word a bit, making it stick out in her otherwise fluent translation. I know how you feel, man. I know how you feel, Misha. Thanks, that would be pretty helpful. Yeah, I just kind of came straight to class today. Ellipses. She looks angry. Oh god, my gut.
That's no good. You should always try to learn as much as you can about where you're going before you go there. Jesus. Not just with school either. Always. Even if it's a trip to a convenience store, really, She-chan.
Sound like SpongeBob. Oh, my stomach. Learn about where you're going. I guess I didn't bother to do that, or just didn't care enough to do so. I didn't look forward to this, even if I committed myself to go along with it half-assedly. But anyway, I don't say anything, and Mishan signs something that ends in a shrug. What was that? It seems like it was about me. I felt like slumping over in my seat. Both of them were smiling, but that shrug hit me unexpectedly deeply.
You look down. Are you okay?
Ellipses.
Don't take it the wrong way, please. I hate it when people are afraid to ask questions. That's how people learn things, by asking. Asking for help is perfectly normal. As much as needing help, stop looking like you just failed a test. Wah-ha-ha-ha-ha-ha.
Alright. Ellipses.
And another thing, you don't have to call She-chan something so formal like Hakamichi or a class rep all the time. Just call her She-chan.
Oh my. Ellipses.
Okay, maybe that's too casual. Maybe Shizune would be more appropriate.
Why'd it get so quiet? Ellipses.
Yep, Shizune is fine.
Heh, okay, that would be a lot easier for me. Feel a lot more at ease. Both of them seem so friendly, so I feel like an idiot for being so apprehensive earlier. Especially about Shizune, who I assumed would be all business. Well, she still seems like that, just less so, I guess.
Huh? Alright, we haven't even touched the assignment. We should start work now, or She-chan will get mad.
The assignment is also kind of long, so we should start now if we want to finish before the end of the class.
Wahaha, that too!
That's cute. Shizune glares at the two of us impatiently. I don't need to know science language to understand that. Okay, I get the message. Ellipses.
After class, we can take a walk around the grounds together. It's a nice day today. Okay?
The assignment is actually very challenging to get through, combining aspects of being both difficult and unnecessarily long. Just like this video is gonna be. Still, we finished it a few minutes earlier than everyone else in the class, despite our late start. Shizune and Misha are really capable. They're quite different though. The class rep is as calm and professional as she looks, while Misha is a lot more playful and girlish, not to mention a little more easily distracted. To be honest, the two of them did most of the work. I feel guilty about that. Ding, ding, ding. The clock tower. Okay, the bells. The clock tower bells ring, signaling the end of the period. Time for lunch. First period and then lunch. And then this creepy painting. Without knowing what else to do, I follow Misha, who is beckoning me into the hallway and down the stairs. We descend even below the lobby where I met Mutao, down to the bottom floor. Just like everything in this school, the cafeteria seems too spacious and oddly modern in contrast to the classic exterior. Its big windows open to the courtyard towards the main gate.
It's the cafeteria.
Her enthusiasm statement of the obvious makes people around us stare. But Misha doesn't seem to care, so we proceed to the lobby. There is a rather long list of menu options, which seem great until I realized that many of them are to accommodate students who need special diets. How nice it feels! It almost feels like I'm back at the hospital, eating portions measured with scientific precision to meet the needs of the patients. That's kind of mean. I pick something at random and follow Shizune to a table sitting opposite of her. As I nibble indifferently at the food I'd rather not eat, Misha pokes me in the side to get my attention and points to Shizune. I look like that. Ellipses. I don't understand sign, so the point escapes me. Maybe looking at the person who talks to you is proper and polite, but she doesn't talk.
Do you want to know something?
What? About it?
About anything. We're your guide, so you should ask if there is something.
I wonder. Another decision. Let me save. Okay, I saved. Ask about Shizune's deafness. I think I got everything I need to know. Ask about the library. I'd like to know about that. Oh yeah, is there a library in the school? Lately I've gotten into reading a lot, so I'd like to check it out. Misha gives the kind of frown that makes it clear she doesn't consider reading a healthy hobby, but then picks up her smile again.
There is. It's in the second floor. We can show it to you sometime.
Thanks. I return to my food while the girls talk between themselves. Misha and Shizune sign back and forth very animatedly, throwing sideways glances at me, but Misha refrains from translating. Maybe they are talking about secret girl stuff or something. Of course. Ellipses. Dots. I quickly notice a conversation in sign is not enough to fill a silence. We arrive in the classroom early, but we're not the first. That dark-haired girl I noticed before is slumped over her desk at the last row.
Ah!
She's scared. She jumps a little when Misha crashes into the room with the elegance of a rhino. That's not elegance. She shrinks deeper into her seat. I can feel her tension all the way from here, as if she were slowly turning into stone just from our presence. Why that? Why you gotta be that way? Misha and Shizune either don't notice or don't mind it, as they walk directly past her to their seats and begin to converse. I'm left wondering about her, even when the classroom slowly fills with other students. And finally, the teacher. How's the teacher like? Getting into the rhythm of school feels strange. It's as if my brain remembers how this is done, but my body doesn't. Towards the end of the class, I start yawning and counting the minutes left. Thanks, Sam. I'm doing the same thing. I shouldn't be this tired on my first day of school. I'm always tired. Maybe it's a long time spent in the hospital that made me like this. I'm even feeling physically weak and lifeless. That's every first day of school, man. I don't know what you're talking about. Before long, the final bell rings. Dun, 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 dun. School is finally over for the day. Beside me, Misha and Shizune are having a short conversation. After a bit of deliberation, Misha turns to me. Shizune, ellipses.
Unfortunately, we can't stay and show you around today. Hick-chan, we've got to hurry already, since there is a lot of work for us to do.
Ellipses.
You'll find your way around here, I'm sure of it.
Ah, wait, the teacher said I'd have to see the nurse. Where do I have to go?
Is that so? We can at least show you that much. Come on, the nurses have their own building, so we have to go outside.
That painting. We join the flow of students making their way down the stairwell and outside, with the girls pointing out other seniors' classrooms in the same hallway as ours. I don't know why I sang that. Or did he did. When we get outside, the girls make their way to the smaller building right next to the school. It's built in the same style, so it looks like it's actually a part of the main building. So, ellipses.
This is the actual building here. There's a lot of official and important stuff inside, like the Yamaku Foundation office and all the nurses' office. They even have a swimming pool.
How is that official? Ellipses.
Don't be silly, Hick-chan. It's for physical therapy, of course. Anyway, all the nursing staff facilities are in there too. The head nurse's office is on the first floor.
She looks angry.
You'll be fine from here, right? We'll be going then. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks. Bye. A whole building for stuff that has nothing to do with actual education. I guess it's necessary for a place like this. What do you expect? I walk in hoping that this really will be only a quick visit like the teacher said. On a white door on the left is a green cross with the text head nurse and a nameplate. A voice from the inside responds to my knock almost immediately, but I can't quite make it out. It sounded a bit like an invitation to open the door, so I invite myself further in. The room is not large, and it smells strange. A friendly-looking man turns around on his office chair to face me as I enter. His desk is neat and tidy, but the bin under the table is overflowing with used medical utensils, and there are at least a dozen coffee cups rings lingering on the desk. God. Hello there. What can I do for you today? Buddy boy. He's a young-looking and sort of rugged, but the dimples in his cheeks wash that impression away when he smiles. Are you the nurse? He smiles like a person who has heard this very same question hundreds of times. Why, yes, I am. It seems so on the door, no? You can call me by my name or just the nurse, like everyone else. Of course, I shake off my confusion, realizing I probably should grab his extended hand. His handshake is rather firm and friendly. Right, I'm a new student in my home, and my homeroom teacher told me to come and meet you. My name is Hisao Nakai. His eyes light up with revelation, and he snaps his fingers. Oh, you're that Nakai. I was just reading your file this morning. Some kind of chronic, oh good Lord, this word, and related canal, Lord, heart, muscle, right? I didn't understand a word he was saying. He gestured He gestures me to sit down in a vacant armchair in front of his desk. Yes. Good. Well, you've probably been briefed about the school enough, so I've just go over this quickly. We have all kinds of facilities available, mostly physical therapy and such. There's always someone from my staff around, even at night, so never hesitate to call us if there's a problem. My family's 24-hour nursing staff. Wow, this is like a hospital. I have to change his voice. Well, if I feel better, I'll do his voice, but for right now I can't. Give me a second to think about his voice. 1 eternity later. Let me try this.
Well, now exactly, for instance, we don't do brain surgery
Here, his joke feels so out of place that I'm left thinking why he even said that. Yeah, just that it's really weird to have so many medical people at his school. I don't know what voice to do for him. You'll get used to it. Yeah, he could be the hippie dude. He kind of looks like it. I'm not sure. Not so sure of that myself, but I don't let the nurse know that. Now, let me just find your file again. While he searches for something from his computer and shuffles stacks of papers around, I let my gaze wander around the room. It's the epitome of gender. Why do you have to use big words that I don't know? I'd like to say beige walls and ceilings, dark gray laminate flooring, and all the equipment you'd expect from a school nurse's office. Even the ridiculous educational posters are hanging on all 4 walls, reminding me to eat properly 3 times a day and from all the food groups. Smiling, the nurse draws a thick file from a stack of similarly thick files and opens it. So, you already have medication for your big word. Just remember to take your pills every morning and evening, or it won't be much help. Apart from that, do you do any sports? Rash stuff like, I don't know, boxing? He grins to his joke, but I don't. Well, I played soccer occasionally with some classmates. Alright, I'm afraid I'm going to have to recommend you refrain from doing that, at least for the time being. Oh. My lack of reaction makes him raise an eyebrow, but really, I'm not too bothered by him forbidding me to kick a ball around. I guess I never did it out of burning passion for the sport, just to have something to do. Any kind of concussion might be very dangerous to your heart, and risking another attack is not a good idea. Was the previous one caused by a sudden concussion to the chest area? There is no mention of the cause in your papers. Not exactly. God, look at his face. He's like, what do you mean by that? I sidestepped the question acceptably, and he glances at me over his papers with a more serious expression on his face. Still, you need to keep your body healthy, so some exercise would do you good. We have physical therapy and such available, as I said, but I don't think you really need such heavy measurements. Just get some light exercise regularly. Brisk walks or even light jogging, jumping rope, that sort of thing. Swimming maybe. There's a pool here. So I was told. You were? Very good. At any rate, I'm sure you've been told this before. You just need to take care of not to overexert yourself. He wagged his finger to emphasize the point. No need, really. I've heard this like 1,000 times already. I'm not adding words. Absolutely no unnecessary risks. Take care of yourself. Okay. He goes over my papers one more time and sets them on the desk. Obviously content. Good, that's it. Then come meet me if you ever need something. I'm ushered out before I even realize it. A quick visit, indeed. I end up standing in front of the main building and the exhilarating building. Although to my eyes, they still look one and the same. Oh, the music is the first real look I get at the other students, so I watch people coming out of the school, going towards the gate or the dorms. Everyone seems to know where they are going. I still keep thinking that most of them don't look too special for being students at a special school. Then again, neither do I. Does that make me one of them? One of us? Why are you thinking like that? I should go somewhere too, to prevent me from getting lost. It's around dinner time, but I feel tired instead of hungry. The weariness in me only grows as I trudge towards the dorms, set a little way apart from the main building complex. Oh, look at this. There's a garden of sorts between the school and the dorms. Shrubbery follows, and that overbearing smell of fresh cut grass that fills the atmosphere. It dawns on my tired mind that the smell feels novel, but because I haven't been outside at all for so long. Look at that graffiti. The dorm building is big and made of red brick. Like the others, it feels way too pompous for what it is, so I push forward going inside. It takes more time than necessary to fish out the key I was given from my pocket. Room 119. Despite the ornate exterior, the inside of the dorm is fairly new, functional, and boring. Just like in the main building, the halls and doors are wide to accommodate wheelchairs. The same goes for the elevators at the end of the hallway. I poke my head around the corner of the common room door. Inside, a few students are watching the television. One nods and gives a quick hello before turning back to the TV, or hello. Seems that only the girls around here are sociable. I suppose that's perfectly fine with me. I like women. I climb the stairs to the upper floor. Here, small corridors branch off from the main hallway. Each of these minor halls seem to have a toilet and shower as well as 4 rooms. About halfway down the hall, I spy room 119. The nameplate on the room adjacent to mine are blank. I guess there are just 2 of us here. Light shines from below the door of room 117, so I knock lightly. Oh God. Hello? Is anyone home? From inside I hear a few movements, then the clicking of way more locks than I thought these doors had. After a moment, the door squeaks open. No, not this guy again. Well, I guess this is where I'll end it off. Thank you for watching Katawa Shoujo, and I'm gonna be doing more gameplay, even though it's killing my throat just to find out to do voices for this. And I don't know if the voices worked, but heck, I'll look in the recording. So thanks for watching. Leave a comment if you want to see something new, or want to see if you like this series. Leave something nice or something. Leave a like if you liked it, of course. If you didn't like it, just okay then. And subscribe to my channel to see more gameplay of different stuff, of course. And I will see you guys and gals next time. Goodbye.